Hi, this is Winter Ann. Welcome back to my channel. I'm here with my sister today, Alex, and we are going to be looking at the movie Winchester that just came out a couple days ago. It stars Helen Mirren and Jason Clarke.
Yep. It's directed by the Spirit Brothers, who directed Jigsaw that came out last year in 2017. It takes place in 1906, and it's in the title. It's about the Winchester house in California, which is notoriously known for being haunted and having a lot of rooms for no reason.
Yep. So yeah, it starts out with this dude named Dr. Price, and he's a drug addict doctor, and he has been assigned to Sarah Winchester to evaluate her health.
Mm-hmm. And Sarah Winchester is in charge of a large rifle company that a lot of people below her think she is unfit to run. So that's why he comes in to try and give her some sort of evaluation to just put her down in power. So.
Yeah. And that's basically all you really need to know going in, because the rest of it, he just goes into the house and then scary stuff starts to happen. And,
we go through the whole stereotypical, the doctor doesn't believe it because he's a man of science, and from there, obviously, he's proven wrong, and he sees the ghost, and he has to confront his past. It's everything you've seen in a movie ever. Any horror movie you've ever seen, just think of that, and then that's what you're going to get from this movie. I knew going in that this movie would not be good. It's February, it's a horror movie, I get it, but man, this movie was boring.
And like, they have talented actors, their script is just terrible. The writers
dialogue was
so
the worst.
bad.
Sometimes scenes would just go on, and I don't know what the direction was. Like, the directors didn't think to have another take in certain scenes.
No. It was just
bad.
like, Helen, I love you, girl. You keep doing you, but like, you try too hard for this role with the shit that and then there were some scenes where she would get really, there was this one scene where she was like, I feel the presence, and it just turned out stupid, honestly.
It was just a lot of overdramatic acting. She would just be like, oh, it's here.
I feel
like, we know what kind of movie this is, okay? You don't need to give your Oscar-worthy performance in Winchester, you know?
And then it kind of vaguely follows the story of the doctor, because he's had a terrible past.
He has to confront his past, his dead wife.
Oh yeah, by the way, there's spoilers.
Scary.
So, in case you want to go see this
movie. You're gonna see this movie, okay?
But you don't need to, trust me. Just
don't see this movie. We're telling you right now, there will be spoiler talk. And if you really, for whatever reason, need to see this movie, then leave this video. Fine.
You don't.
But I'm telling you, do not see this movie. You are wasting your money.
No, it's a waste of time, honestly.
It really is.
I mean, when you walked into the movie, there were like 7 production company, or the little what do you call them?
The studios.
The studios.
There was just a lot of logos.
Aussie Studios.
They had a lot of people work on this movie, which was really
weird.
sad.
Eclipse Films. Things I would never heard of. I'm like, oh great, this is a great sign. And it's Lionsgate. It's a hit and miss with those companies. So, and then there was stuff you never heard of, like the Eclipse Films and the Aussie. So yeah, it was pretty.
It was just really boring. I remember it was like, we were 20 minutes into this movie, and I looked at my phone to check what time it was, because it felt like it had been an hour. It was only 20 minutes. And I said, oh.
Basically sums up this movie.
I found myself checking my phone a lot.
Me too. I usually don't check my phone in the movie, but I checked it a good 10 times. And I was like, oh my god.
Finally, the credits came up. I was like, oh, we're free.
We're free.
We're free.
And then it vaguely follows the story of like her niece and her
niece, who's in the movie
son,
for no real reason,
just to basically
be there.
Yeah. The son gets possessed a bunch of times.
Just to be the child actor in a movie that apparently all these horror movies need, and they
who talks and is like, I will find you. I see you.
You will die. It's like, all right, come on. This is getting ridiculous.
And to make it better, this lady in the theater kept screaming every time there was a jump
She was
scare.
genuinely scared of this movie. She's one of those people who's gonna walk out and be like, wow, that was a great film. Because she was scared. Jump scares do not make good movies.
No, they don't.
She's gonna walk away like, oh, I jumped a few times, so it was a good movie.
She legit screamed in the theater.
That was the best part of the movie.
Several-
Her screaming. I was laughing so hard at her scream.
Oh my god. And the butlers were just...
What was the acting with the butlers? Like that old guy, he said, oh, I've seen things.
I've seen...
Sarah.
Oh.
It's like,
He's like the butler in
he's
Haunted
going out for
Mansion.
Haunted Mansion. Like, I don't. Ugh. That's bad. So, don't see this movie.
Yeah, I think the Rotten Tomatoes score was 11%.
11%. Last time I
So-
checked, so that is fair.
Yeah.
It's fair enough. I mean,
I think
it's
11%
boring.
is generous. It was just a very boring... It didn't
Waste
give you...
of time.
It didn't leave
I already
an
forgot about
impact.
it. You're gonna forget about it in like
He
2
kept...
seconds of seeing it.
The doctor guy kept repeating like the exact same things. He kept talking about the fears in your head and the illusions.
yeah.
Like there was this thing. He kept going on about this dollar thing. Maybe he folded up this dollar and he's like, if you see the illusion, then you will be cured. I don't know.
He's just one of
honestly.
those characters that think they're being really deep and they're really smart. Like, oh, I don't believe in ghosts. I only believe in things I see. He genuinely says that. You know, like you've seen it in every horror movie. I'm not gonna believe anything till I see it. And then he sees it and he's like, I still don't believe it. And then the house burns down. He's all like, I believe it. Like, of course that was gonna happen. I don't.
And then they tried to like
Waste of time.
incorporate the earthquake that happened into like some paranormal shit because they're like, oh my god, the earthquake was caused by the shadows. Oh, they call them the shadows.
They're not ghosts.
They're
No,
not
they're not
ghosts.
demons or
They're
ghosts. They're shadows. The shadows are following her. It's a curse that the shadows are bringing onto her for being head of a rifle company. What? I don't.
No, so the spirits come because they've either been shot by the rifle that the company makes, or they've been killed, or like they shot someone with it. And then they come to the house and tell her to make rooms because
They need a
Because they
place
were-
to go,
they
and
need-
they'll go in the rooms, and they'll carry on to another life, which is
interesting. And the spirits who are like stubborn,
fine.
she locks them up.
she locks them in the rooms. If they
No.
don't want to be at peace, then she'll lock them in there, which doesn't. I don't think that would help anybody, but whatever.
With 13.
It has to be 13. The number
She
is
didn't-
13.
she
That,
didn't really-
that was never explained.
That was never explained. I was like,
I don't know why.
I was like 13. Why? She's like, oh, it's a divine number.
Divine number.
I'm like, what is a divine number?
what is-
I don't.
What's so
Did you read it?
She
like, in
didn't
a book
explain
or
it.
something?
It's 13. You don't question.
You don't question it. And then at the end of the movie, when she's telling them, "Oh, get back in your rooms," because these demons were kind of like, I don't know what you call them. They're rebels, I guess, because they got locked in. But then at the end, when she's like, "Oh, go back in your rooms," they obey her, which
Yeah,
was weird,
that was weird.
because
I didn't get
they
that.
got locked in there because they didn't obey her, and then all of a sudden they're like,
All of a
"Yeah,
sudden they wanna
okay, we're
listen.
team
She said-
team Helen Mirren now."
Said,
Okay,
get back in your rooms, all of you. And they were all like,
okay,
yeah, because we want to be in there.
and not free. Oh, and also the main bad guy, I guess, this
Main
guy,
bad guy?
the dude at the very end, the main demon, whatever his name
the
is,
Confederate dude.
the Confederate dude. He's like, oh,
He was an old
he was all
Confederate
upset
soldier.
because like his brothers died because they were Confederate soldiers and they got killed by the Union. I'm like, honestly, I could care less. I mean, they're fighting for the. I mean, okay, that sounds really wrong. When
I
it
could
comes
care
out.
less thing.
But
Oh,
they were fighting.
they were like 14.
They were like- The thing was, they were on the bad side, I guess you could say. I mean, the Union wasn't that much better, but at least, you know. The fact is, though, they
Okay.
were all about, like, we need to protect the Confederate soldier. Gee, he's just going through so much. We feel your pain. We know it was really hard. I'm like, okay. You can have picked, like, a soldier fighting against slavery or something. You had to pick the soldier who... I mean, I get it. He was evil, so I guess that makes sense.
But it's based off true events, Rebecca. This is a true story. This is about accuracy here. This is a true story, so they had to use him. It's a true story.
You should look up some real
Based
facts
off actual
and see
events.
what's actually real about this. I know the earthquake happened.
The
I don't
earthquake
think I don't
did
think it
happen.
was.
It wasn't because of the shadows.
I don't think the shadows
Certainly,
caused.
it was not the shadows.
No, I don't think shadows caused the earthquake. I think it was because of tectonic plates, and they were in California, where earthquakes is a common thing. But I mean, if she wants to think that the shadows caused it, then I guess that's what she
Yeah,
can
it was
think. And that's
the
cool.
shadows causing earthquakes.
That's fine. You're trying to see what's accurate about this story.
The woman, the house,
Yeah, I know the house is real. I know that. I just don't know
the
if
earthquake is true,
it's... Yes.
and those were the facts from our great old USA Today. Thank you for
So
that.
The ghost thing isn't really real, which I figured.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No.
Does Dr. Price even exist? Is this a real dude? Did his wife actually die because of reasons? Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
But anyways, the fact is, this was a bad movie, and you don't need to go see it. It's completely and utterly pointless to see. And what you should really be getting ready for is Black Panther next week, which you should definitely go see, because...
Right. We already know it's gonna be a good movie. So.
Right, exactly. We knew this was going to be a bad movie, but we did it because...
I knew it was gonna be bad.
We did it because of
and I
you
knew I'd
people.
be bored, so I was thinking about other things while in the movie. Just don't see it. Don't waste your time. Save your money for Black Panther.
Or you can go
this
see 50 Shades
Friday.
Freed.
Don't see that either. Damn it.
Okay. We're signing off now.
Yep.
Thank you for
Sign
listening to our review. Don't go see Winchester. We give it like
Don't see it.
I'll give it like a 0.5 out of 10.
I will give it a D-.
Alright. Sounds good. Bye.